Apple is about to charge you more, possibly $300 more, for a phone that looks nearly identical to the one you might already own. And here's the thing, after going deep on every leak, every regulatory filing, every supply chain rumor surrounding the iPhone 18 Pro Max, I think it might actually be worth it for one reason, one specific upgrade that nobody's talking about the right way. We'll get there. But first, let me show you exactly what you're paying for. The iPhone 18 Pro Max isn't announced yet. Apple's event is expected in September 2026, probably around the 8th. But we have regulatory filings, supply chain leaks, real-world prototype footage from a data breach at a supplier in India, and one analyst estimate that is either going to make you feel better about your wallet or a lot worse. This is everything we know, ranked by how much it actually matters to you. Let's start with the engine. The iPhone 18 Pro Max runs Apple's A20 Pro chip, built on TSMC's 2 nanometer process. That's not a small deal. The current A19 is on 3 nanometers. Going from 3 nanometers to 2 nanometers is the kind of architectural jump that delivers real gains in two places: raw performance and power efficiency, which means the phone gets faster and the battery lasts longer at the same time. That's not always how it works. Usually you trade one for the other. Here, but you don't have to. And the memory situation is interesting. Some leaks are pointing to 16 gigabytes on the Pro Max. For context, the iPhone 17 Pro had 8 gigabytes, that's a doubling, in a phone ecosystem, which tells you exactly where Apple thinks AI is going, because you don't spec 16 gigabytes of memory for Instagram. You do it for on-device models that need room to breathe. And this leads directly into the software side, which we need to talk about because the chip alone doesn't tell the full story. iOS 27 ships with the iPhone 18 Pro Max, and it brings something Apple has been promising and under-delivering on for years: context-aware Siri. They're calling it Siri AI now. It's powered by Apple Intelligence plus Gemini integration. Here's what that actually means. Siri can now operate within your apps, see what's on your screen, remember previous conversations like ChatGPT does, and respond to natural language the way a real assistant would. That's not a small software update. That's Siri finally becoming the thing Apple told us it was back in 2011. Only took 15 years, but here's where it gets interesting. And this is the part most coverage is completely missing. All of that AI capability lives in the dynamic island, a dynamic island that's about to get smaller, which means Apple figured out how to do more with less space. I'm going to explain exactly how right after this. For 2 years, the dynamic island has been the same size. The iPhone 18 Pro Max is changing that. Here's what's actually happening. Apple is moving some of the Face ID infrared sensors under the display, not the camera, that stays in a smaller pill cutout center position. But the sensor array shrinks, which shrinks the island, which gives you more usable screen real estate on a 6.9-inch display. And Siri AI lives right there in that pill, watching your screen, waiting. It's a genuinely clever piece of engineering. Smaller hardware footprint, more software capability. If it works the way the leaks suggest, that's a meaningful daily experience upgrade, not a spec sheet upgrade. An actual, I notice this every time I pick up my phone upgrade, and those are the ones that matter. Okay, this is the upgrade I said we'd come back to. The iPhone 18 Pro Max is rumored to get variable aperture on the main camera. If you're not a photography person, let me translate that. Every iPhone camera has a fixed aperture, a fixed opening that lets in a fixed amount of light. You don't control it, the phone decides. Variable aperture means you control the opening. You want more light, open it up. You want a sharper landscape shot, close it down. You want cinematic depth of field, dial it in. This is how professional cameras work. This is how the best Android flagships, specifically the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra, already work. Apple is late to this, but when Apple implements something late, they tend to do it right. If the variable aperture on the 18 Pro Max performs the way the hardware suggests it should, this becomes the most significant iPhone camera upgrade since portrait mode launched in 2016. That's not hyperbole, that's the actual gap it fills. Design-wise, it looks almost identical to the iPhone 17 Pro Max. The prototype footage that leaked from Tata Electronics in India basically confirmed this. Same titanium frame, same camera plateau, maybe 2 millimeters thicker, same flat edges, but there's a new color, dark cherry, a deep red with a purple tint, and it looks, honestly, really good. If you've been waiting for Apple to do something interesting with color since Cosmic Orange last year, this might be it. Now the price, Tim Cook said, price hikes are unavoidable. Tech Insights puts the increase at around $270 to maintain margins. The Wall Street Journal goes higher, potentially $300. JP Morgan is the optimist in the room. No more than $50. So you're looking at somewhere between $1,149 and $1,499, depending on which analyst you trust. That's a wide range. And it's genuinely uncomfortable because here's the real issue. Like if you skip the fall, there's no cheap iPhone waiting for you. Apple delayed the standard iPhone 18 to spring 2027. So this fall, if you want a new iPhone, the cheapest option starts at $999. Apple basically removed the budget option from the fall lineup, which is either bold product strategy or a flex so brazen it should come with a disclaimer. Quick one, but don't skip this. Apple's C2 modem is coming to most iPhone 18 Pro Max models globally. This is Apple's in-house 5G chip. It replaces Qualcomm and it brings millimeter wave 5G support, the fast short-range 5G that actually delivers on the promise. Interesting wrinkle, US models may still use a Qualcomm modem because millimeter wave in America requires specific hardware Apple's C2 may not fully support yet. It's a footnote. But if you're in a major US city with millimeter wave coverage and you care about 5G speeds, worth knowing. So here's where I land. The iPhone 18 Pro Max has 3 upgrades that are genuinely meaningful. The 2-nanometer A20 Pro chip, real efficiency gains, real AI headroom, Siri AI on iOS 27, the first time Siri has felt like a real product in years, and variable aperture on the main camera, the single biggest photography upgrade iPhone has had in a decade. Everything else, incremental, smaller dynamic island, nice, dark cherry color, genuinely great, thicker camera bump, sure, fine, the design is nearly identical to what you might already own, and the price is going up, possibly by a lot. So here's my honest take. If you're on an iPhone 15 Pro Max or older, the A20 chip plus variable aperture alone justifies the upgrade. If you're on a 16 Pro Max, hold. Nothing here is worth the delta. And if you're on a 17 Pro Max, genuinely, what are you doing here? Put the phone down. Go outside. The list of people who should not buy this is real, and it's longer than Apple's marketing team would like. One thing I'm genuinely curious about, though, is variable aperture the feature that finally pushes iPhone photography past Samsung, or does Apple implement it in a way that's Apple, meaning locked down, simplified, and frustrating to anyone who actually knows what aperture is? Let me know what you think, because I have a feeling about this, and next week I'm going to test it